Lesson 3, writing the introduction. So what is an introduction paragraph? An introduction paragraph is like a roadmap for the journey that you're going to take your reader on. It tells the reader where you are, where you're going to go, and how you're going to get there. It involves a couple of steps. Step 1, the opening statement. An opening statement is the first sentence of your essay. It should identify the issue and respond directly to the question in your own words. We'll need a couple of strategies to write this opening sentence. The first is paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is when you express the same idea as the question, but using different words. Look at the question and highlight the words that can be replaced with a synonym, which simply means changing a word for another that has a similar meaning. Transformed, by changing the form of the word, for example, a verb to a noun. Or expanded into a phrase. This way you can give your reader more information. A quick tip, a thesaurus is a really helpful tool for expanding your vocabulary. It's amazing how many words there are for the same idea. So let's look at an example. Take this question. The individual should be responsible for taking care of their own health. To what extent do you agree? Underline the words that might be substituted with synonyms or transformed. Think of extra words you can add to demonstrate your vocabulary. The individual can be replaced by the synonyms one or everyone, or more generally, people. The adjective responsible could be transformed into the noun responsibility. Alternatively, you could change the expression responsible for into something like to be concerned about, or even give attention to. We could also replace taking care with the word maintaining. Finally, health could be replaced with the synonym fitness or well-being. So a background statements for the example question might be read, it is true that people should be concerned with maintaining their own health. Or, there is no doubt that it is important for everyone to take responsibility for maintaining their own well-being. Step 2, the thesis statement. Once we have engaged the question in our opening statement, we want to expand our answer to explain how and why we have taken that position. This is done in the next few sentences and is called the thesis statement. The thesis statement should offer your own ideas to the IELTS examiner. It will require some independent thought. Take a few minutes to plan the position you have taken. What are the reasons that would support your position? The key questions are to ask how and why. So for our question above, we might consider, why is it important for the individual to be responsible for taking care of their own health? How might they take responsibility for their own health? But on the other hand, you might consider whether there are conflicting ideas. This gives you an opportunity to expand your response. For example, consider whether governments should be partially responsible for people's health too. After all, they influence the choices we make in our society. Or what about the fact that whilst you can try to maintain your health, it is not entirely in your control? You can indicate the thesis statement by expressions like in my view or in my opinion if it is an opinion question. For a discussion question or combination question, you might say, this essay will examine why, or this essay will examine both sides of this issue. This will make it easy for the examiner to find. So some examples of thesis statements for our practice question might include, in my opinion, while individuals should be responsible for taking care of their own health, governments should also take some responsibility as they influence the decisions we make about our health. Or another example, although in my opinion, while health is largely a matter of individual responsibility, it is also a matter of luck, and therefore governments should take some responsibility for caring for people who are unwell. In both cases, we partially agreed with the question, introduced a tension or conflict between two alternative perspectives, and we have told the IELTS examiner that this is our perspective. To put it all together, our introduction would look like this. It is true that people should be concerned with maintaining their own health. However, in my opinion, while individuals should be responsible for taking care of their own well-being by making healthy choices, governments should also take some responsibility as they too influence the decisions we make about our health. Or, there is no doubt that it is important for everyone to take responsibility of maintaining their own health. However, in my opinion, even though health is largely a matter of individual responsibility, it is also a matter of luck. Therefore, governments should take some responsibility in caring for people that become unwell through no fault of their own. In each case, we added a word to link the two ideas together. We'll discuss linking words later in another tutorial. In summary, here are the important things to remember. Overall, you should aim for 35 to 55 words in your introduction. You should paraphrase the question in a background statement. You should indicate the perspectives you'll be offering on the issue in a thesis statement. Remember, you'll need time to develop your body paragraphs, so don't spend too much time on the introduction. If you would like more examples of how to compose an introduction, click below. Otherwise, it's time to move on to body paragraphs for your essay.